It is not lost on me. It's legitimately moving and symbolic that we are right next door to the Freedom Tower. The Freedom Tower is reopening. Tony's going to go over there with my father. My father hasn't been to the Freedom Tower since he first got to this country and was sort of processed through the Freedom Tower next door. And I wanted to ask you guys, because I do think that as a show in the present English language media, and maybe ever in the English language media, we are the most Hispanic show that there has been in sports. And at ESPN, right before Skipper was gone, I had submitted to him a plan on some things that ESPN could do to be better with that demographic, because it's an underrepresented demographic in the sports media. And for all the complaints that you hear about people fighting about what equality is or isn't, Hispanics generally are wildly and hugely grateful to be in this country because of how awful some other countries without freedom can be, and are pretty quiet about complaining about inequality in this country. But I just wanted to ask you guys, when it comes to Fox and ESPN, as I see so few Hispanic men and women on television, when the demo's a huge one and it's the magical unicorn that everybody wants to capture, the Hispanic demographic, who are the people that you're looking at in sports media? Because I don't think people are even noticing this, because Hispanics don't tend to be very loud about this stuff, because our gratitude is profound. Give me the people that you see in sports on television talking into microphones that you're like, yeah, that's a Hispanic person. That's a Hispanic viewpoint, because I'm seeing fewer than I usually have seen. When we were at ESPN and it was Izzy and it was Tony Collins and it was Sedano, now it's just Sedano. Like, now you see what on ESPN? What's on Fox that's Hispanic?
Anybody? Is there anybody
I
on
can't
Fox?
answer that. I mean, there are certain talents. I'm a big fan of Herculez Gomez, former U.S. men's national team player. That he's Hispanic, and he does really good English language stuff, but it's siloed, right? It is aimed towards a Latin audience, even though his knowledge goes well beyond the game. But there aren't many known, and now that you mention it, fewer. I can't really think of a Fox personality, but I'm thinking on my feet here.
I don't watch it, but I would imagine if we watched Deportes, it's going to be all Hispanic. Right?
I know, but it's segregated.
It's a good guess.
Right.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's
Good
it is
answer.
a good
Good
guess.
answer.
A good
Good
answer.
answer.
Good answer.
He's an ally.
He's an
Thinking
ally,
on
Dan.
his feet.
Thank
Yes, he
you,
has stopped
Zaz.
stabbing
Thank
people,
you,
and
Zaz.
he has stopped throwing knives
You handled
long
that
enough
well.
to
Uno
have-
de nosotros.
Sí.
Uno de nosotros.
I'm sure
Uno
Stephen
de
A. Smith, though,
nosotros.
has an hour on Fox or whatever, ESPN Deportes.
Stephen A. Smith, I saw, is now being paid just as much by SiriusXM as he's being paid by ESPN as he continues his world-conquering domination. He was making, and I understand why Molly left First Take when she is making 40 times less than Stephen A. Smith, and yet I can make the argument that Stephen A. Smith is worth 40 times more than a moderator that you can swap in and out and keep First Take feeling largely as it was. But to see Stephen A. Smith have the freedom to not only make more for First Take than he's ever made and be their highest paid employee, right? He is their highest paid employee.
He's like the highest paid person in sports annually.
He's gotta be.
Remember that stat that you always used to say about Jim Rome? There are very few people in sports that are actually playing the game that say they out-earn annually what Stephen A. makes.
Jim Rome, what I used to say about him because of the deal he made with syndicated radio, he had a higher annual salary than anyone playing sports. And now Tom Brady makes more for broadcasting sports than he ever made for playing sports, which is an obvious absurdity. You guys don't think, though, that it's surprising? Never mind that it's surprising that I don't see. The Latin demo is a pretty huge demo, obviously.
Fox's baseball coverage on Network Fox is David Ortiz and Alex Rodriguez.
There's also Jessica Mendoza.
Mark Sanchez.
Pedro Martinez as well.
And then you got
Turner.
and then
Eddie
you got
Perez.
ESPN Deportes too.
Uno de nosotros.
That's true.
Uno de
Zaz, you are
nosotros.
just
Uno de
crushing it
nosotros.
as an ally here, and you do have Deportes. Can you say it with a little more spice, though? Because you're saying it extra gringo. You're saying Deportes.
ESPN Deportes.
Sí.
Deportes is one of those words that I kind of like fall in line with the gringofication of it. Like queso. I don't like to say queso. I like to say queso.
Los Angeles. We're all people who say, nobody says Los Angeles. I get mad when I go to Los Angeles and I hear Los Feliz. Like it's,
Oh, dude, I love like people talking about street signs in Los Angeles. La Brea.
I have said before that my father on ESPN was one of the last sitcom dads that there was. That this sitcom dad is not necessarily
El Segundo.
extinct, but is close to endangered. Do you guys agree with that assessment before we get to Mike Ryan's top 5 list of top 5 TV dads?
You got me thinking, like, not just our show, but Highly Questionable was responsible for one of the great TV dads of our time, Gonzo. So, like, if I were
Poppy.
putting together a list in terms of the modern era, he'd be in the discussion, no?
I like to think so, but probably not. No, it
It's a
wasn't
good pick of you, Dan, on the screen.
It wasn't a show.
Is it?
That picture makes me remember the commercial that we made, the one commercial I've ever made. I'm curious, do you think that the Barstool audience turns on Barstool at all when they see Barstool making commercials for things? Because their thing, which has
No.
been a small thing that's theirs, is now something that's more mainstream. Because I was thinking when I made that commercial, I remember how mad people were that we went to ESPN. They were afraid that we were going to change what we were doing because we were at ESPN. But I didn't realize when making the only commercial I've ever made for anything, our television show, I was like standing on a 3rd floor, and beneath me was Jim Rome on a 2nd
You
floor.
were hosing them down, right?
Well, I don't remember what I was doing, but I had a hose, and everyone thought that what I was doing was phallic.
Yeah,
because
it looked like you were peeing on them. You had a bungee cord because you were on the 3rd tier and you had to find your way down. But then you were just doing that awkward stance that you did, which a lot of people do at the urinal. So it looked like you were urinating on Jim Rome.
It is what people thought I was doing, but I don't think Boppy rises to the height of sitcom dads. But you have a top 5 list that has OLIs?
I think Gonzo is the OLI. I have a top 5 list of television dads of the last 10 years. Because we're not doing this anymore, Dan.
All right, but you're in agreement with me? I thought you were going to disagree with me about the fact that it's almost almost extinct. Like,
Well, maybe this list will change your mind and remind you that, yeah, there are some still good TV dads out there. It can only do good. Number 5, Johnny Rose from Schitt's Creek.
Great one.
This one came from Jeremy, honestly. It wasn't for me, that
It's
show.
top tier.
I thought this was your list. Is it your list?
Eugene
No,
Levy.
I needed a suggestion because I didn't want to underserve a part of the community just because I was ignorant to it, because I didn't like Schitt's Creek. A lot of people do, and a lot of people espouse the virtues of how good of a dad Eugene Levy was on that show.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. More famous eyebrows, Eugene Levy or Anthony Davis?
Number 4, Lee Corso. Great TV dad.
I don't think that counts. I don't think you've got this. I don't think you're playing the game correctly.
You don't think Lee Corso was a dad, like a dad to many?
A grandpa maybe,
You
abuelo.
can be an older dad. There are plenty of people that are north of 40 and 50 that have a dad that look like that, and I'm sure there's a part of our audience that's like, yeah, Lee Corso. That reminds me of either my peepaw or my dad. Granddads are dad too.
That's abuelo. That's not the same category. Sitcom dad, I think of like Phil from Modern
You
Family.
keep making. Number 3, you jerk. Frank Reynolds from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia.
Sinister dad.
Yes.
A good sinister
But
dad.
good dad, but sinister.
You can't be a good dad and sinister.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
can.
Frank Reynolds shows. And undeniably close relationship with his children. It's just trying to decipher who exactly are his biologicals. Number 2, Phil Dunphy, Modern Family.
This is number 1 for me.
And number 1, I mean, this one's easy. Bandit from Bluey.
Okay.
The greatest dad in television history, period. Not just the modern era. If you've got kids, you know that Bandit is dad goals.
So damn funny.
It's a disappointing list. Just being honest.
Your kids are teenagers. You're out of the game.
Yeah, I don't know that fool.
What's been your obsession with Bluey lately?
Bluey's a great show, and for those that it's one of those things. Like there's so much out there for children to consume on television, and it's pretty much all bad. I have a 6-year-old, totally hijacked my television, still running shop. I've watched them all, Dan. There is one show that's like, I like that show. It's a good show. This is actually, it shows you a really healthy family dynamic. It's got great role models, even though they're animated creatures, and it's Bluey. That is wholesome content. It is good stuff, and they just announced a Bluey movie that is coming out in August, and I'm telling you, for an animated feature film that is not originally Disney or Pixar, this will shatter records. There is going to be Bluey mania next summer. It's going to be the summer of Bluey, provided that we as a species make it that far.
Miss me with that.
Put on the poll at Le Batard Show. Is next year going to be the summer of Bluey? Yes or no? Billy, are you like me that when you hear just the phrase, the numbers, 102.7, and I really don't think
Magic.
that future generations, that you hear 102.7 and it feels like magic. It is something that conjures. Now, we have a relationship with radio that maybe not everybody has because we've made our lives in our livelihoods in radio. But when I hear 102.7, when I just hear those numbers, Magic 102.7. That's all dead, right? Like that's
Well, literally, yes. Magic 102.7 is literally dead.
Those people singing are dead?
Well, maybe, but I just mean the idea of all of that. Call letters, happy radio songs, tuning in to someplace and allowing them to choose your music for you.
No, Dan. See, this is where you're wrong. You've been stuck on satellite radio too much and 90s on 9 or whatever it is that you listen to. 102.7. Rest in peace, Magic, right? They used to play the songs from the 50s and 60s when I was growing up as a kid, and I would be like, why are we listening to this? And
I think
they're
it's
like,
60s and 70s.
Whatever.
Well, he was, Who was the guy that used to walk around in the socks in the office? And I
Rick
think
Shaw?
was
he on Magic 102.7?
He ran 102.7. He'd walk around the office in just socks, and then, like, if you stayed late enough editing the podcast, he'd be in a Boy Scout uniform giving tours.
That's right.
Do you remember?
I don't like that.
Zaz, you don't remember that guy? You did, like, the show After Hours for a long time, and there used to be a guy that he was, I guess, a Cub Scout leader, and he would give tours of different Cub Scout troops, like, during the show, and he'd walk by, and they'd, like, look in the studio.
I vaguely remember this.
And and during the day, he never wore shoes. He was always in his socks.
I don't like that.
He would brush his teeth in the bathroom.
Yeah, who was that guy?
What's that guy?
The distinction between what you imagined it was based on listening to it, and then what it actually was when you got there and lived inside of it, there is no greater gulf in the history of American entertainment.
You didn't think it was glamorous?
The imagination would make whatever it is that you felt about 102.7 make it seem vastly more glamorous than it actually was.
We are blessed. I'm so grateful. I loved radio. Audio is still my favorite medium, but like I got to be there when radio was still a thing, and I realized like 20 years from now, like the younger generation is going to be looking at me, and I'm going to be talking to them about this job that I had, and it's going to be like I was a milkman.
All the walls just had brown carpet on them. Like I'd never seen carpet on walls before.
Acoustically treated.
Was it acoustically treated, or was it before we knew how to acoustically treat things, so we used carpet?
But brown. It was all brown for some reason. I didn't understand
It was
it.
a big color back
Shag?
then.
Was it shag?
No.
Was it a shag
It's
carpet?
like office rug, but like from the rug to the wall.
And Dave Corey had the zebra. Remember that?
He was
me
a
to the
character.
zebra. Yeah.
So again, Dan, rest in peace, Magic 102.7. But what they did is they revitalized it 102.7 The Beach.
I don't like that.
The Beach, fun music. 80s, A little bit of 90s, but mostly 80s music.
Oh, that's great.
I was a big fan of the beach.
So it's like derivative of the Coast,
97.3,
97.3,
correct.
which had
80s,
gnarly
90s, and today.
which had Gnarly Charlie on the weekends, and it was like all 80s weekend from Gnarly Charlie. You know what else is like a throwback station now? Never really changed its branding. Power 96. It's like you grew up listening to Power 96. Guess what? We stayed the same. We're back to just 90s hip hop and turn of the century hip hop.
But do they have big booty bass music?
Do they have the Power Hour?
Yeah.
Power Hour is a big deal.
Big booty bass Dan was that thing.
Power 96, when you mention it, this is what I remember, okay? I'm in Grandma's car because I don't have my own car, but I'm driving it. And I placed dice on the rearview mirror. And Power 96.
What color?
Like a boss.
They were white. They were white fuzzy dice.
Fuzzy?
Man,
Wow.
fuzzy dice on a rearview mirror. I'm like, this guy.
That
he
was
means
me.
Business.
That was me.
I'm pathetic as I say it, but here's even more pathetic for you. And you want to say, you say Milkman. How's this for antiquated? At the time that I was listening to Power 96, all they would play all day is the top 10 songs in America.
Yeah.
There was no 11th song. It was only all day.
It's awesome.
It was the top 10 songs.
Yeah.
That's great.
Love it.
That's great. Man, fuzzy dice on a rearview mirror. That guy fucks more than Jason Benetti.
Rob Sidney.
All new 102.7 The Beach.
Rob Sidney was the guy with socks.
Yes, he would come wearing the Boy Scout. Yes.
Look at how happy
Do
it
you
makes
follow him
Billy.
on
to
Facebook?
be-
What
You're
the
old,
hell
Zaz, you're
did
old.
he Google to get
Billy-
that name?
Billy just Googled obscure.com, which is where he lives. He loves making the reference that 4 people get.
He seems so happy, man.
He lives for it. Why was he walking around in his socks? Those floors were not
I remember
clean.
this guy.
There was a PD in that building. I won't name him, but in retrospect, was definitely hitting on me. It was like after me too. I'm like, yeah. Oh man.
The all new 102.7 The Beach.
It's over though, right? That as a concept. If I played that for those children running around saying 6-7, if I played that for them, Jeremy, do you even know what this is? Like, is this something that you have any familiarity with? The song and these aren't called letters because they're numbers, but this whole thing. People
All
singing?
new 102.7 The Beach.
This was the rebrand Dan in like 2014, 15.
Yeah, of course I know. 101.5.
Wow.
Light FM. Come on. What song do you hear after that? Barry Manilow.
Susudio.
I'll say True by Spandau Ballet.
It wasn't a song. It was John Tesh's voice. Oh man, you're taking me back right now. Remember 99 Jams? 99 Jams.
103.5 The Beat.
Oh,
I'll
roll
be-
call.
I'll-
Roll call.
That's all good with the rhyme that you're saying to you, homie. I'll be where you represent.
There's Rob Sidney with someone who's obviously not Prince.
Wow, that is Prince. He got a picture with Prince.
Maybe it's the Mucinex, but that looks like Prince to
That
me.
is Prince.
This photo's funny.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Have you ever had your judgment impaired by the Mucinex?
Somewhere.
Oh,
he's
On Snow Day.
He's
Damn.
out of town.
What are we
Somewhere.
doing to this guy?
We've made Rob Sidney's day.
Ah, I went to
He's at a
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. Wow, hey, Rob.
I wanted to ask you guys if you have seen the trailer for the new Netflix movie. It has not come out yet. I don't think it comes out for a bit yet. The Miami Cops in Hialeah being played by Affleck and Matt Damon. I don't know what it is. The Rip is the name of it. And I've seen that Netflix is taking advantage of, hey, these two guys, you guys like them in the movies together. You haven't seen them in a while. Here's a cop movie. And also, here's what our subscription costs a month. If you want this movie, it's going to cost you $7.99 a month, where the way that they're selling it, and it's smart, obviously, is we've got these guys doing this. When's the last time that those two appeared together in a vehicle where they were both doing the starring opposite each other? And in this case, they're police officers and they're dirty police officers, because I assume that I'm assuming, I passed this the other day when I was talking about Robert Redford, and I did it very briefly, and I was just saying, is that time in movie stardom done, where you've got just a signature person who makes movies that you will simply watch what they're doing. On Netflix, I've watched here Black Rabbit, which I enjoyed. I ripped through it real fast because if Justin Bateman is now into directing, I want to see what it is that he's doing. Jason Bateman, excuse me. Thank you, Chris. If Jason Bateman is directing a movie as he decides with his creative choices to grow, I'm going to watch what he's doing. But it's not because he's necessarily starring in it. It's because I like the choices that he makes. If I tell you Affleck by himself is not what he used to be, I think Damon kind of is. But when I put them together, that triggers a nostalgia that makes people want to watch that movie.
Well, nobody watched The Last Duel, and that was the last movie that they were in together. Now, that was
Ben Affleck was in that?
Yeah, no, it's one of those moments. Like, he's not Adam Driver is the co-lead with Matt Damon, but Ben Affleck pops up, and everybody from the '90s is just like, yeah, like Tony saying hello to the train driver.
Can we praise him universally for always making good choices if he's presently in a State Farm commercial?
Okay, you don't have to praise.
I'm not saying, look,
Got a bag.
God bless everyone for getting the money, right? Which is what he's doing. But I mean, obviously, he'll make decisions, financial decisions there when he's pretending to be Batman, but he's not, and State Farm commercial.
I don't understand how you can have the career arc that Ben Affleck has had, where you dug yourself out of like the superhero hell that you were in.
He was in a hole.
Yeah, and then you're like, all right, I'm back. Awards everywhere. Let me try this superhero thing again with Zack Snyder. Why would you do this, man?
I saw that Will Smith is coming here in November. At the beginning of November, he's going to be at the arena. I think it's a motivational speech thing or a business conference thing. And when I saw it on being advertised on a bus stop, it made me wonder and consider, actually, for the first time, is Will Smith done? Like, did that slap with Chris Rock? That Will Smith was, before The Rock, the biggest movie star in America. I think he had made more $100 million movies than anybody except Eddie Murphy.
I have to clean something up. I found a movie even more recent than The Last Duel, which was 2021. They were both in Air together.
What is that?
That's
the Michael
movie.
Jordan sneakers.
Yeah. Didn't
That's
Ben
a good
Affleck
movie.
play Phil Knight?
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Is Will Smith done? Like, did that slap end up quietly ending his career? Now, he had obviously a lot of bad choices before that, but did he somehow, the night that he won the Oscar, did he end his career as a big-time actor who's going to get all of the big roles?
Nah, I would have thought so too, and he's kind of become a punchline, and we'll see if he ever does like an original concept, but the Bad Boys sequel came out after that, and it was a big success. Yeah.
I think the thing that killed his career was when he started rapping again. That was the
he came out with an album recently,
The freestyles were not good.
Even though I'm an action star.
I've heard rumors that he could be Netflix's to follow up the Brady roast, like if they got him to agree to do that.
Ooh, that'd go a long way.
That could help him
in softening him. I don't know, man. I get a little uncomfortable.
There's no way he does that.
They would go so hard.
He's that upset about a joke
but this,
about Jada Pinkett. There's no way he does that.
In terms of he has to realize how out he is right now. I think that's a way his team could say, hey, if you want to get back in here.
I still tense up. Like, I still feel embarrassed from that moment. I'm like, it was so awkward.
Well, I told you guys that I read his biography, and I thought it was really good, and there was a lot of interesting stuff in it, including how sort of formulaically he made some of the choices to become what he wanted to be. Like, he went up to Schwarzenegger and said, I want to be what you are. I want to be the biggest movie star on the planet. So when you talk about that, what that economy is and how you rejuvenate it, when Mike says Bad Boys, that's him going to the well that he knows he can go to, trying to kickstart it. And I just don't know how many other offers he's getting, because you're not seeing him in big vehicles when the entire industry has changed in a way that finds all of this stuff on streaming. Like, it's still strange to me to see Affleck and Damon starring in something that I can pull up on my television. Like, that's not something. When I was talking to you guys about Robert Redford and whether that's going to be allowed to exist anymore, the movie star as sex symbol, as the guy everyone wants for a single role, not Ryan Reynolds or Gosling or pretty boys that are absolutely, movie stars, but what Redford was or what even Clooney was, where you got one role and every director wants that actor for that role. I think that time, if not dead, is headed toward dying.
I would say it's also important to point out with Will Smith, he had done plenty of movies over the last 10, 15 years that just bomb. And so that, on top of the incident at the Oscars, you probably...
Yeah,
his movies had already taken a hit, I think.
Okay,
before that.
but again, remember, Oscars, he's winning.
What was it he won for again
The
that night?
Oscar, Serena Williams' dad.
That's not a good sign right there. When you can't tell me what the Oscar was, it's like, oh, yeah, he won an Oscar for what?
I wouldn't have guessed it.
He was good in that now that I think of it, but
Yeah. Well, let's just go ahead and Google Will Smith Oscar, see what comes up first. The reason why you don't remember it is because the slap. The slap just outshined everything. It just erased what was an incredible comeback story.
Chris Cody's not wrong when he said it had been. I mean, we were making fun of him for making that Netflix thing as with orcs, and he was making a lot of decisions for many years that were not good decisions. But usually, you win the Oscar, you get a lot of chances after that.
What if he threw a knife instead of the slap?
Ooh, that might have been pretty cool. I don't know. It wouldn't have reached, right? Like, it just would have been like, oh, man, he's really angry. That's crazy. But the slap, there was something about the slap that was just...
I think the knife would have been worse.
Probably.
Well, not if it doesn't reach.
Mike, you still cringe
Yeah, man.
when you just see Will Smith? Like,
Yeah, because I go back to that moment. It was so awkward.
Just
and
makes me sad.
It was so strange, and like as it was happening, you kept hoping that it was like a setup and that there would be a smile, but everyone just had to sit in it. And I think he won the award after that. Yeah,
Oh, of course, yeah.
he won the award.
It was later that
after
night.
that.
Somebody...
And it's like
yeah.
it's the most awkward thing that you've ever seen.
Well, it was one. There's two parts of it, right? Because he slapped him, and everyone's like, "Oh, funny." But then it was when he yelled, "Keep my wife's name out your mouth." That's when I was like,
and he had that serious look on his face, and like Chris Rock was stunned by it.
is going on here?
Said under his breath, "Man, I could,"
Yeah,
and then
he's
he
like-
decided not to.
So to be clear, if you guys are saying had he thrown a knife on stage and not hit Chris Rock, it would have gone better for him
I disputed that.
than just actually. I'm with Chris, by the way. I think if like you see him, there's a camera on him. He's like, did he throw something? And then they pan to the stage, like, did he just throw a knife? Everyone would be like,
hold it by
ah.
the blade.
so just to be clear, to you, what you're alleging is the knife's not landing, right? He's just throwing
He's
it on
not
stage.
stabbing him.
I'm trying to fight. Me and you, we're here trying to figure this out together. I'm trying to figure out this allegation that it's better for him to throw a knife and miss than land a punch.
In my mind, it reaches him, but just the handle hits him, so it falls. Oh, that would have been crazy.
In my mind, it hits him, but we don't know it hits him until he looks down and he's like,
He's bleeding. All of a sudden,
And then
Because it was
he's
so quick.
there's
we
a pan
definitely
down.
would've thought it was a
We're on
setup.
his face where he's like, "What just happened?"
exactly, he doesn't even know. And then he looked
The
down.
adrenaline of hosting the show,
Right, he has no idea.
Man, dude,
But then the blood starts dripping, and you're like, wait a second, what is that?
That is so sad every time it happens in a movie where like the hero is
You
super
think he
heroic.
escapes.
You think, and then they're like celebrating they got to safety, and then
wait,
he
what
opens
is
his
that?
jacket.
How do you not know your shot?
Oh, no.
In these movies, they're always just like, "Oh,
The adrenaline.
come on."
The adrenaline.
I feel
There's
like
times. There's times that it happens to a bad guy and you're still sad. Like when it happens to Tom Cruise
I feel
in
like I'd still
Collateral,
be
you're
like,
like, "Man,
ow!"
I feel like we came around." Tom Cruise in Collateral. I feel like you turn the corner and you realize you took an affinity to Jamie Foxx, and it's kind of weird that you were in this movie with Jamie Foxx while he was with your ex.
I think I have it right when I say that as surprised as Chris Rock would be if he's just doing his monologue and out of nowhere a knife thrown by Will Smith embeds itself in his stomach, would still be less surprised than I was when I was talking about Will Smith and Zaz decided to make his knife sound again and bring back the knife conversationally again, just because it reminds us of a better time in this show 2 hours ago when we were enjoying ourselves more instead of running out of gas.
I have the knife falling short, but just sliding across the stage slowly, and then the tip just hits his shoe.
Clattering. I like clattering, and I still don't think that that's worse than what happened. I think
throwing a knife at someone is worse.
We can agree, though.
no.
Walking up and slapping someone doesn't make you look like the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Billy,
that someone's bleeding out because it's about to ruin the plot, like that scene in The Departed,
Yeah.
where he's in the warehouse and Leo's like sad that his buddy died, and he's like, I remembered I gave you the wrong address. You're the
Do you think they would have let Chris Rock die on stage had he thrown a knife and got embedded in him and then he fell to the floor and was bleeding?
I think the better question is, does Will Smith still get the Oscar at the end of the night?
That
No,
is a
probably
good
not.
question. You don't think he gets the Oscar?
No, I
they
think
do a revote?
No, I think they suspend the broadcast because of what happened.
But do you think that they would know to act immediately, or they would think it was part of the show?
Is this segment in poor taste?
I saw an episode of Monk where that happened.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Would they have given Will Smith the Oscar if he had stabbed Chris Rock?
These are dangerous hypotheticals that I'm uncomfortable with.
I don't like it.
Especially when what happened was so much worse.
The thing,
Not worse.
It's not worse.
Oh, to slap a man like that
No.
and not
Then
to
to-
flash a smile. Ooh.
What if he went up and body slammed him wrestling style?
That's fun.
Just picked him up.
That's fun.
The thing that I'm objecting to is that if Will Smith had thrown a knife on stage that hadn't made any contact, it would have been less of a story than what it is that actually happened.
Attempted
I
murder.
agree.
Is that not attempted murder?
No,
Yeah,
he's
yes.
just in a fit of rage. He
No,
threw a
it is.
utensil. It happens
no.
to be a knife. He's just mad.
What
He's
if it
like,
was
ah!
What if it was a fork?
I've in my mind trying to
Like
figure out what happened there. If you'd like, I'd like the opportunity to get reckless now.
Oh, sure. All right. Well, hold on a second.
So
Time to throw away all journalistic credibility and get reckless. Here is something we like to call reckless speculation.
You're good.
we probably should have fired this off 7 minutes ago. So I was trying to figure out, like, what's going on there. Obviously, him and Jada are hitting a rough patch. Why would he just fly off the handle here? Yeah. And I thought, older guy trying to get back into action movies. I thought steroids.
Wow. That's a good take.
So is roid rage?
That's a good explanation, right?
Could be mixed with something else, too. Or for
so
reckless, it could
There's
be
a,
mixed.
yeah. I'm
With what?
I'm
With
being
anything.
reckless right now, but I'm not going to be all the way reckless. There's a lot of different reasons as to why that might happen.
A little bit
to
of the white
someone.
lady? Is that what you're saying?
What's that?
Careful. We're on a knife set.
You don't know about that
Reckless.
white
That's
lady?
reckless.
Reckless.
A spoon is forgivable.
Fork like the Blue Raja.
That's a good reference by
He
you.
never wore blue.
I
Pissed me off.
still make fun of Hank Azaria because he comes.
My favorite movie.
This is what he did, though, okay? This is formulaically, when you talk about what it is that people in Hollywood have to do formulaically to become the old-timey Robert Redford type of movie star. Hank Azaria, coming off of his performance in Birdcage, okay, where everyone noticed how talented Hank Azaria was. After you have that kind of seminal performance, he and his people knew that you get 3 chances at becoming, from there, the giant lead movie star. You'll get 3 movies. He thought he was making good choices with Godzilla, Mystery Men as the Blue Raja, and I maintain that's a good movie, and that was a good role for him. It should have been more successful.
Ben Stiller just
Yes, Furious Man or whatever. All he would do is
gets
get
mad.
as a superhero. That's right. He just gets mad. There's no superpower.
was William H. Macy's a shoveler?
Yeah.
Yep. Nice. Kel farted.
And the third movie was Mystery Alaska. And those aren't the choices you can make if you want to then parlay your Birdcage performance into resounding movie stardom. 2 movies with the word mystery in them, neither a mystery, one of them with a guy who is farting as a superhero power.
So wait a second. It's a superhero movie about dudes that don't have superpowers?
Yes.
They are shaking their fist at the real superheroes. They get no respect.
You know what that movie's greatest legacy is, right?
What?
It gave us All Star by Smash Mouth.
Really?
Can you guys look up for me, please, Ben Stiller's character? Was it called Mr. Furious? Because his character was to just get enraged. His superpower.
So he's the Incredible Hulk without turning into the Incredible
Well,
Hulk?
without any real power. It's just anger. Like, it's not, it doesn't have any strength behind it. I really think. And
He would get one of the forks and just like key the car.
Greg Kinnear played Captain Amazing, who was like the actual superhero that they all wanted to be.
Yeah, he had a NASCAR sponsored tracksuit. Mr. Furious was indeed the name.
Pee Wee Herman was the spleen.
He was the farter.
He was a farter, yeah.
Oh, wait, what did
Kel
Kel
Mitchell,
do?
he was the invisible boy that wasn't invisible until the end.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Guys,
Ain't nobody
Spoiler
trying to
alert.
see that movie.
Casanova Frankenstein, the bad guy.
He was bad.
was that Jeffrey Rush?
It's a good name, though.
Yes, it
Casanova
is.
Frankenstein's a good name.
They're like, we got Casanova and let's combine them.
Put it on the poll at Le Batard Show. Is Casanova Frankenstein a good name? I was thinking about this the other day, actually. We were talking about, for some reason, commissioners and Adam Silver and the power of commissioners. And I was thinking, and I didn't say it at the time, the greatest name that a commissioner has ever had is Kennesaw Mountain Landis. There has been no greater name than one of the original baseball commissioners, Kennesaw Mountain Landis. You will not do better than that.
Well, there was a pretty good name that was bandied about by Chris Cody during the commercial break because Spaceballs 2 is coming out, and he got really excited about the returning to acting, the unretirement of Rick Moranis.
I did not put the gap there. I said Rick Moranis. Is that not how
No,
people
it's not.
say it?
No,
Moranis.
it's not because
Moranis.
it's Moranis.
Tomato, tomato.
That's why I heard you guys all talking in the other room about Moranis. I didn't have any context for what it is you were talking about. You were talking about the unretirement of Rick Moranis?
You were going to say it my way. They bullied you into it. I get it.
Moranis.
That's you don't. You guys are putting a little space there.
It didn't
I just
sound
said
weird.
Rick Moranis.
It didn't sound weird.
Ra.
That's how I've always said it. That
Moranis.
sounds normal to me.
Yeah, I bet it does, pal.
My guy.
Hank Azaria, after the Birdcage, selected a script where he was a superhero, the Blue Raja, who threw forks.
It didn't wear blue. Maddening.
Reading the synopsis of that one, probably not something that gets made today.
Mystery Men?
Blue Raja, where he's doing an Indian accent the whole time. Hank Azaria.
Spoiler alert. Yeah. It
Lot of-
wasn't. It was a put on.
Don't look into The Simpsons, buddy.
Well, no, I know. I mean, hey, look, Hank Azaria, baseball guy. And speaking of baseball, pitch clock's next.
Hey folks, it's Mike Ryan, and it's also football season. That's right, things just kicked off. I celebrated a big dub with my friends and my trusty Miller Lite right there beside me because Miller Time is the secret ingredient to football time. Miller Time makes everything a good time. I love Miller Lite. You know why? Because Miller Lite is brewed for flavor with simple ingredients, rich toffee notes, and that iconic golden color. And here's a kicker, folks. In its 50th year of existing, it's just 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces. The original light beer since 1975 and still hidden 5 decades later. Whether you're at the game or at your home on your couch with your friends, put out a nice little cold cooler of Miller Lite and make sure the drinks keep coming because it is football time and you want that beer that hits different. Miller Lite, great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/stand to find delivery options near you, or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
That's right. It's Thursday Thunder, and it's presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Juju, what up?
What up, my brother? Thursday night football tonight, and you know we got to lock in a couple of bets. You feel me? First leg, the most used fantasy football team name, racially motivated at times, neither here nor there. Jackson Smith and Jigba. We're going over 6.5 catches for my boy tonight against the Cardinals. Second leg, I'm going with my brother, Marvin Harrison Jr., to pick up the pace. He's been having a slow couple weeks, man. Hearing it from the media, hearing it from the fans. I think he's going to be hearing it from Kyler Murray tonight in the form of receptions. Over 3.5 catches for my boy, Marvin Harrison Jr. tonight. In the last leg, I'm taking the Seahawks in the spread. Seahawks 1.5, minus 1.5. Lock it in. They're going to win.
I don't understand what Marvin Harrison Jr. Like he's supposed to be awesome. And I understand it's only his second year and it's only the fourth game of his second season tonight, but I don't know, going into the draft last year, this was supposed to be a stud immediately, right?
Yes, sir. Maserati Marv. It's more looking like a Honda Accord Marv. But
Miata Marv.
I like that. Miata Marv. I like that one.
I'm confused with this game tonight. I feel like this is a good game tonight. It's the weakest of the Thursday night games.
Don't be fooled by Kyler Murray. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Have you seen the uniforms? The uniforms are dope for Arizona. They actually have one of the better rivalry uniforms. I love this division, man. It's always
some ball, man.
I love the NFC.
I love their field, man. The end zone is painted so good tonight, man. You wait till you see that sun, man.
Oh, we're gonna get a great color clash. I'll tell you what.
How you feel about the quarterback play in this NFC West?
I like it. I mean, I don't know how to satiate Dan there. Like he likes the offense having unfair rules. I guess that's cool. I'd like defense, and you got one of the better, more brilliant defensive minds coaching Seattle today. Kyler Murray presents a unique set of skills for a defense, can break them down. I actually think he's going to air it out a little bit, especially with the injury to James Conner. I love football. I'll watch a bad football game over starting a new show. I gotta get out of here with binge watching. I'm sure that Jude Law, Jason Bateman show seems great.
It's a show or a movie?
It's a show. It seems great. I've heard great things. And I only have so much time while my daughter's not watching Bluey that I got to be able to get these games in because I love ball.
Yeah, I watched The Black Rabbit, by the way, and yeah, you can get to it whenever you feel like getting to it. You're not missing anything mind-blowing. It's a great show, but come on.
You know what's mind-blowing? The NFC West.
Yeah, also,
there we go.
No slouch on defense. Mike McDonald.
That's
got
right.
the Seattle defense playing tough.
That's what I said. Steve Morton, but to be honest with you, I kind of forgot his name.
You said Jonathan Gannon.
No, I didn't say any names.
Oh.
I got a note for the room from the audience. The audience is in love right now. They are in so much love with the Ray Hudson track segment and playing the Ray Hudson. But a note from the audience today, brothers, when that Ray Hudson come on, we need to see some fist pumping. We need to see some break dancing. I think my boy Mike had it right today. He was throwing knives. My boy Tony, you got to lock in, man. You be checking your text message, your anytime text when the Ray Hudson on. We need you to step up.
My bad. I thought it got longer this time. Is that?
Nah, it's perfect.
Really? I thought it got longer this time. It was longer.
Even if it plays for 20 minutes, we need to see 20 minutes.
How's Pat doing?
I can make a 20-minute version.
How's Pat doing today?
As you can see here, I hit him twice in the dick.
Wow.
And
nice.
Once right there in the neck.
I don't like it. That's right in the carotid.
Sniper.
He's going to have to go under the knife to fix that.
Okay.
Juju, let's update some polls, man. What do we got?
Yes, sir. First poll. I'm not rambling to Phil at all. Okay. I put this poll up because it was a debate in the beginning of the show, and I just wanted to throw it out to the audience. If you're sick, what's the more honorable thing to do? Still go to work or stay your ass at the house? 73% of the audience says you should stay home, Billy. Sorry about that.
Trust
bro.
me, I know.
And I agree, because I got sick down there in Miami one time. I came to the studio. Somebody gave me COVID and admitted it and everything, and was just like, whoops, my bad. Worst 3 weeks of my life the next 3 weeks. But
Juju, the thing is, I think that people don't believe it. So you make an appearance, they're like, oh, yeah, this person really is sick. And then you're like, okay, now I'll be the honorable person, disappear for a little bit, you know?
Yeah. Did Buster Posey ruin baseball? 60% of the audience says, yes, he did.
Yeah.
Juju, who do you think is better, Cal Raleigh or Buster Posey? The very
Cal
best.
Raleigh.
Yeah, you think? I mean, I'm a little surprised by that WAR number.
Yeah, his WAR, and it's a little worse than Aaron Judge's for that MVP race, but I'm still backing Cal. In order to embed a hunting knife into the wall, do you throw it by the blade? Big poll. 78% of the audience says, yes, you do.
Yep.
Tony, you were right. Take a victory lap.
Thank you, brother.
If someone tosses you their car keys while thinking that you're the valet, is it stealing if you take their car?
No.
Good show today.
78% of the audience says, no, it's not
That's
stealing.
right. That's right.
Drive away.
That's a gift.
Right.
Poll is not binding. It probably is illegal for everyone out there.
Yep. You feel me? Also, too, to comment on the guy, the actor gets shot and then doesn't realize it. Chris, you was like, how do you not know that? How do you not feel that? Back in my I'm talking about young teenage days, I was stabbed, and it took me about 10 minutes to realize I had been stabbed.
The adrenaline? Like that?
Yeah,
That's a
that
real
adrenaline.
thing? Damn.
Yeah, it's actually real. Is pointing at someone considered rude in some cultures? 94% of the audience says yes, it is.
Yeah, I could see that.
Again, I'm from the US of A, baby. All I do is hit one of these and everybody loves it.
Right. Also, Jeremy, I love what you're doing with the Marlins playoffs. You feel me? Like, great board work. I like it a lot. Just be reminded, we're giving you that patience and that grace. Learn who Terrence Crawford is, just in your free time. You know,
You didn't know who Bud Crawford was?
Sorry, who?
Okay, see, here we go.
Tomorrow that board will just
Hey, it's a
say
bit.
eliminated.
Yeah, it will. More likely than not.
More famous eyebrows, Eugene Levy or Anthony Davis?
I think it's Eugene Levy.
Right. And the shocker, 78% of the audience says Eugene Levy.
Yeah.
Man, I wonder, Peter Gallagher would like a word.
Is next year going to be the summer of Bluey? Oh, lock in. 59% of the audience says yes, it is. And the last poll, is Casanova Frankenstein a good name? Very early in the proceedings, but 74% of the audience says yes, it is. And those are your polls.